Hello, this is Mary from the West Dallas Public Library, bringing you another edition, What Caught My Eye off the new book trucks this week. I have a few books that I would like to highlight, so let's get started. My first one is, oh, what a beautiful book, called Snow Friends by Margery, Cuyler, illustrated by Will Hillenbrand. He is one of my favorite illustrators. I just love all his work. I love the story, and this little guy goes off on a snowy adventure because he can't get this little guy to come outside with him. And of course, there's a happy ending. It's a great read aloud for a family, also for a younger classroom. I'm putting it on my storytime list. I hope I get to read it in person to some kids someday. But there we go. Snow Friends. Do you see the friends that the dogs made and the little boy made? So I recommend this highly. Great bedtime story, great read aloud for younger kids. All right, what's next? Oh, I love this one too. I love a great concept book, and this is Shape Up Construction Trucks by Victoria Allenby. And what could be better than learning shapes from construction vehicles? And the book pages are super sturdy in this. It's a padded cover. There's a parental guide at the end. The text rhymes, which is also really good. And it outlines the shapes for you. So what's the shape here? Up, forklift coming through. I spy a rectangle. How about you? And then it shows a rectangle, and you can also have your young one go do an outline with their finger, which is also great for shape recognition, letter recognition. So it's just a wonderful book. I recommend it highly. Shape Up Construction Trucks. Alrighty. Oh, Night Walk. What a beautiful book. It's by Sara O'Leary and illustrated by Ellie Arscott. And this little girl cannot fall asleep, so her dad decides to take her on a walk through the neighborhood, and it's dark and she's supposed to be in bed. So it's a big adventure, and everything looks the same but different. I think this would be a wonderful bedtime story. And just to give you an idea of what the pictures look like, walking through the neighborhood. It's a very quiet, gentle book. Recommend it highly. All right. Oh, this one is fun. It's a nonfiction book, Marvelous Magicians, and it's by Corry, and it's just a beautiful book. And it's got info on famous magicians, a few of their secrets. So for any of you, how to do some magic tricks, a little bit of history. So anybody who's a budding magician I think would really like this book. Up, and then it has a section on automatons, and of course you should read about the pooping duck. All right, Marvelous Magicians. Great looking book. Oh, here's another nonfiction book that I really liked. You would be able to read this in a classroom. It's The Rescue Story, The Elephant's New Shoes, written by Laurel, Neme, and it's got a foreword by Nick Marks, and it's illustrated by Ariel Landry. And Chuck was found, and after he had gotten caught in a snare trap by a poacher, and so his foot was really injured, and it had to be removed. And if it hadn't, he would have died. So now he's living in a wildlife rescue center, and he has a specially made prosthetic foot. And he's also, he lives in Cambodia. So this would be a great story for kids that love elephants, love animal rescue. It's be a great read aloud for a family or a classroom. And of course I have to show you, there he is holding a tire. And here's a little picture of him with his prosthetic foot. So it's a great book. Also for anyone who might be differently abled, might like that book. All right, one of my favorite authors, Tom Lichtenheld, illustrated by Julie Rowan Zach, and I just love the pictures. This guy is so expressive. Lewis, and it's a very funny story. Lewis is a teddy bear, and he's not enamored with his little boy, and he contemplates running away. This would be a great family read aloud book. It's for younger classrooms. I'm putting it on my story time list. But here we go. So he's been used for all different things. He's been used as a hanky and as a lunch for a prehistoric beast. And it just goes through like the trials and tribulations of being a teddy bear. So, recommend this highly. Very funny story. Alrighty. Oops, that's kinda got a glare there. Well, that's alright. Love this book too. It's called Turtle Walk. It's by Matt Phelan, and it's just, I love the pictures. I believe they're watercolors on ink or maybe with pencil. There's kind of a light airiness to them. And the turtles, they walk through the seasons. Like, here we go, turtle walk nice and slow. Here we go. So they walk through the seasons to where they want to get to. And would be a great family bedtime story, a great family read aloud. And it's just, you know, to remind us to all slow down and enjoy ourselves. I recommend that one highly. Oh, another picture book that I really liked was called Polar Bear in the Snow by Barnett and art by Sean Harris. I love the art in here. It's like collages with paper and some ink. So here's the first page. There's a polar bear in the snow. And the polar bear starts to appear. And it kind of goes through the polar bear's day. This would be great for a younger classroom, especially if you're doing an Arctic theme. It's great for a collage class, and it's also a great read aloud for a family. It would be a great winter bedtime story. And it doesn't fit. Does it fit? There we go. And my last book is actually a graphic novel for older kids. It's Class Act by Jerry Craft, and it's a sequel to his New Kid graphic novel of last year that won the Newbery Award, which is a very big deal. The first book was about Jordan, this guy right here, and he lives in an inner city neighborhood and goes to a wealthy, predominantly white school. And these are his two best friends at the school. This is Liam and this is Drew. And Class Act focuses on Drew. And I just recommend it so much. It's got themes that are presented in an age-appropriate manner. And it discusses racism and what these kids face through their ordinary school day. I recommend this for everyone, but it is an older kid read, and I especially recommend it for adults. All right, so, I love the artwork. The artwork expresses so much in this book. Here they are. They're over at the Liam's house, and they're older kids, but then they play videos and they just go right back to being young kids, and I love their expressions. So I recommend this book highly. Class Act by Jerry Craft, sequel to New Kid that won the Newbery Award. All right, so that's it for our new books this week that caught my eye. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Mary from the West Dallas Public Library. I'll see you next time. Everyone stay safe, and don't forget to wash your hands.